Part 2 of FMTV Inverter series, and today we're going to look at Anton Lavey and the Satanic Church. Anton Lavey, born in 1930, was an American author, musician and occultist. He was the founder of the Church of Satan and the religion of Laveyan Satanism. He authored several books including the Satanic Bible, the Satanic Rituals, the Satanic Witch, the Devil's Notebook and Satan Speaks. In addition, he released 3 music albums including The Satanic Mass, Satan Takes a Holiday and Strange Music. He also played minor on-screen roles. Lavey was the subject of numerous articles in news media throughout the world, including popular magazines such as Newsweek and Time. He also appeared on talk shows and in 2 feature-length documentaries. 2 official biographies have also been written on Lavey. Lavey was described as a born shaman and a colourful figure of considerable personal magnetism. Academic scholars of Satanism describe Lavey as the most iconic figure in the satanic milieu. He was labelled many things by journalists, religious detractors and Satanists alike, including the father of Satanism, the St. Paul of Satanism, the Black Pope and the evilest man in the world, in contrast to Aleister Crowley. When he was young, Lavey's family moved to California, where he spent his early life in the San Francisco Bay Area. His parents supported his musical interests as he tried a number of instruments. His favourites were the keyboards, such as the pipe organ and the calliope. At the age of 16, Lavey left high school to join a circus and later carnivals. First as a roustabout and a cage boy in an act with big cats, then as a musician. Lavey later claimed to have seen that many of the same men attended both the bawdy Saturday night shows and church meetings on Sunday mornings, which reinforced his increasingly cynical view of religion. In the foreword of the Satanic Bible, he cites this as the impetus to defy Christian religion as he knew it. He explains why churchgoers employ moral double standards. However, journalist Lawrence Wright investigated Lavey's background and found no evidence that Lavey ever worked in a circus, either as a musician or a cage boy. So, he was a liar. He garnered work as an organist in bars, lounges and nightclubs. While playing organ in Los Angeles burlesque houses, he allegedly had a brief affair with the then unknown Marilyn Monroe when she was a dancer at the Mayan Theatre. This is challenged by those who knew Monroe as well as the manager of the Mayan, Paul Valentine, who said she never had been one of his dancers, nor had the theatre ever been used as a burlesque house. Another lie from Anton Lavey. According to his biography, Lavey moved back to San Francisco, where he worked for 3 years as a photographer for the San Francisco Police Department. He dabbled as a psychic investigator in the department. Later, biographers questioned whether Lavey ever worked with the department, as there are no records substantiating the claim. No kidding, wouldn't you know? However, becoming a local celebrity through his paranormal research and live performances as an organist, he attracted many San Francisco celebrities, including Kenneth Anger, the man who introduced the Rolling Stones to Aleister Crowley, as discussed in the last episode of FMTV. Lavey then formed a group called the Order of the Trapezoid, which later evolved into the governing body of the Church of Satan. According to some, the Church of Satan represented the first public, highly visible and long-lasting organisation which propounded a coherent satanic discourse. Lavey created a belief system somewhere between religion, philosophy, psychology, science, mythology, fringe beliefs in a potent mix. The core goal was always indulgence, based on the devices and desires of the self-made man. This was clearly an extension or confirmation of Crowley's "do that thou wilt is the whole of the law" doctrine. Lavey began presenting Friday night lectures on the occult and rituals, until a member of his circle suggested that he had the basis for a new religion. According to Lavey himself, he ritually shaved his head, allegedly in the tradition of ancient executioners. He then declared the founding of the Church of Satan and proclaimed 1966 as the year 1, Anno Satanis, the first year of the Age of Satan. It was later demonstrated that Lavey in fact shaved his head because he lost a bet and made up the ancient executioner story after the fact. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Media attention followed subsequent satanic weddings, baptisms, first with his 3-year-old daughter, and satanic funerals. Then in early 1975, Lavey announced that high degrees of initiation could be given in return for a financial contribution. Give him the money! Lavey partook in conspiracy culture as he grew older and was greatly concerned with modern society's impact on individual agency. Lavey was conservative in his attitude towards law and order and was opposed to drug use. He also hated rock and metal music, with or without satanic lyrics, and often expressed his distaste for it. Academic scholars describe Lavey as the most iconic figure in the satanic milieu, while others described him as the founder of modern Satanism. His books, The Satanic Bible and The Satanic Rituals, have been cited as having an influence far beyond the Church of Satan's membership. Lavey was an admirer of Aleister Crowley, but actually felt that Crowley's disciples weren't wicked enough. One of the delusions that should be cleared up here is the lie that leading Satanists do not believe in or truly worship the devil. First of all, it should be understood that Lavey viewed Satan as a true entity and that he truly worshipped Satan before his death. Lavey deceived a lot of people who joined the Church of Satan by claiming that Satan only represented the repressed forces of nature but was not a real entity. Like most occultists, they'll have you believe that they don't believe in Satan. They use atheism as a cover. However, in an interview with former Charles Manson family member, Susan Atkins blew the lid off Lavey's lie. As a former associate of Lavey, she danced for him and spent personal time with him before joining the Manson family. Atkins was privy to conversations with Lavey before he became popular. She said, "Anton told me that as a Satanist he does not believe in the God of the Bible, but he refused to worship him and made a conscious decision to worship Satan instead." Lavey had 2 serious relationships with women until his 3rd and final companion was Blanche Barton. In 1993, Barton gave birth to Satan Lavey. Yes, that's right, he called his kid Satan. However, Barton succeeded Lavey as the head of the church after his death and has since stepped down from that role and handed it to a Magus Peter H. Gilmore. Anton Lavey died on October 29, 1997, in San Francisco of pulmonary edema. A secret satanic funeral followed, attended by invitation only. 3 months after his death, his estranged daughter, Zena Schreck, published a 9-page fact sheet in which she endorsed Wright's earlier allegations and claimed that many of Lavey's stories about his life had been false. Another lie from Lavey. Anton Lavey, in the end, revealed that most of what he claimed in his life was not true. His last words and deathbed confession quotes are something like, "Something is very wrong. I was wrong with what I did in this life." He founded the Church of the Devil and was a big part of preaching to live in the dark side of life. But in the end, did it all pay off? Unlike Aleister Crowley, Lavey made Satanism palatable, a cool thing to do from the mid-60s to the present. He made it approachable for the average person. He also attracted many Hollywood celebrities, including Sammy Davis Jr., Jane Mansfield, and later Marilyn Manson. He glamorized Satanism for the Hollywood elite, from the past to the present. But evidently he turned out to be a trickster, as we found out. In the next episode, we're going to look at the Illuminati and what that really means. So, stay tuned, and remember, the truth will set you free.